Hello, my friends. How are you doing? All right, so here we go. Whew, the light is a little bit bright. Maybe tone it down a little bit. There we go. That looks already better. All right, perfect. How are you doing, my friends? Sound is good? Yes, I hope it's good. Okay. Hope also the streaming speed is good. Hi, Matthew. Thanks for joining. Hi, Jens. Thanks for joining. Write where you're from. When you say hello, that would be awesome if you write where you're from. Hi, Just Dude. Thank you. I just made the cloud starting screen because I thought last time we didn't have that. So yeah, this time we have that again. I have a little bit of a red point here. That's strange. Jens, what time is it over there or right now? It's 1 o'clock at night. Wait a second, you can see it here. I can show you. You see, there's the comparison. Can you see that actually? So this is the Vienna time, is what you have, 8 o'clock, and here it is 1 at night. So yeah, sorry for the for the blurry image, but yes. So it's a little bit different here. I have to stay a little bit away from the camera, otherwise it seems to be getting too bright when I come too close to the light. Maybe I tone that down even a little bit more, which is also good for my eyes. So that looks nice. That's okay. I think that's okay. All right. Hi, Kevin from California. How are you doing? Thanks for joining. Okay, we need a little bit more light because otherwise the picture is getting like grainy. All right. Hi, Quert. How are you doing? From Netherlands, as always. That's good. Hi, Matthew from Potsdam, New York, USA. There's a Potsdam in New York. I didn't know. Interesting. Hi, Kevin. At your place, it's 11. Interesting. AM, also in the morning. That is pretty nice. Jens from Germany, so it's 8 o'clock at your location too. Sorry, I'm looking over here for the chat. Maybe I should put the chat in the middle, but maybe we also should get started with the live stream. 1 second. Let me find the challenge real quick, and then we can get started here. There we go. I already have it. So this time topic was dream. A lot of people joined, and I also want to do a little bit of editing. Oh, maybe I should do the edit first. Maybe that's a good idea. Yeah, maybe we should do that. Today, by the way, I want to use pixels instead of Unsplash. Have a look at that. Is it again very bright? I don't know why is it changing so rapidly all the time. It's a little bit strange. Hi, Joanne from the Netherlands. Thanks for joining. Hi, Quert. Buddha style with the orange and the temples. Oh, yes. A little bit as the background, right? Sheep Lover. It's an interesting name. Hi. Thanks for joining. Okay, so let's go into Affinity Photo. Let's close this here and then also switch over so you can see what I'm doing. And because I don't have two screens, you will see my streaming software and YouTube and the other stuff at the same time. Wait a second, work live. I think this is, yes, this is the right view. Hi, now I'm down here and you can see my streaming software. And when I want to see your comments, I have to go over here so you can also see what it looks like on the back end of YouTube, basically, right? This is what the streaming window looks like. Okay, let's see what we are going to do. Let's do a little edit and then we do the review. So I thought let's do something like easy and playful. Let's see, what could be? This is an amazing picture. Like Pexel has really cool pictures. I'm not sure like in what capacity you can use them because I'm not a frequent user of that page. Let's click on info here. Does it say anything here about the license? It's free to use, no attribution required. Learn more about the license. Let's look at this a little bit. What is allowed? All photos and videos on Pexel are free to use. Attribution is not acquired. Give credit to the photographer or Pexel is not necessary, but always appreciated. You can modify the photos and videos from Pexel's be creative and edit them as you like. By the way, this is an interesting point you might want to look into. Where did the picture go? Oh, there it is. Paxel also has videos, and you can, like, for example, here you click on video, and then you can find a ton of videos that you can use for your own purpose. For example, this one, and you find a lot of high quality stuff here. You can see like this, and you can use that with your videos, with your tutorial stuff like that. I was thinking about using that. I didn't come up yet with a good use for that. But maybe when I make a sunset tutorial, this could be like a starting part with these little videos in here. So I'm not sure. That could be a thing, right? Okay. What does the chat say? OBS. Yes, OBS is pretty good for streaming, also for screen recording. If you want to do videos, you should look into that. It's completely free. All right. Let's have a look here. So there was this picture is pretty cool. So let's just play around here a little bit, right? Let's do some Dreamly related stuff. I was thinking about, wait a second, I saw these cool things today. Not this, maybe there is some stuff here, for example. This looks pretty good. So let's just figure out something we could do that is kind of dream related. There was a fish, always good. But I just want to look for some, like this one, for example. It's pretty cool here, this kind of painting thing. Oh, this is from iStock. So iStock always has cool stuff, but of course you have to pay for that. And then license requirements is a lot more complicated. Let's download this here. I feel like when you pay for it, it should be less complicated than the free version, right? That's a little bit like, I don't know. I feel like they're not completely there yet with how it should be, right? I don't know. This is why at the moment pages like Pexels or Unsplash or Pixabay are winning out on these things, because it's much easier to use that stuff and you don't have as much license requirements and all this kind of complicated to understand things, you know? So a lot of people, even big companies, start to use more of the free pages if they use just like stock pictures that anybody else can use, right? They are not specific to them. So it's like a different, different kind of situation. Let's go here to download. So we have this picture here. Let's see what we can do with that. So I'm just playing around a little bit, as I said. This is going to text again. Let's take this one here and then also take this other one here and see what we can do with this. And by the way, while I'm editing, we can also talk a little bit about, I don't know, the journey or something like that. So for example, like playing around with street photography, I find that really hard to do street photography. I don't know what your experience is with that. All right, that looks already pretty cool. Photographing people is really hard when you don't know them, and kind of also I find it harder here because of the language barrier. So I can't tell them what I'm doing, why I'm doing that, what I want them to do. So it's a little bit difficult. I try to meet up with a friend in some days. Hopefully that works out. And then maybe she can help me to like start a conversation, right? And tell them, okay, stand like this, stand like that. And then it might be easier to do that. But in general, I find it really complicated to do these things, right? Is that a little bit too much here? Maybe if you blur that. I will look at your comments in a second. What happened right now? I clicked on the wrong thing here. There we go. Let's blur this a little bit. No, that's not good. Okay, let me have a look at the comments. Hi Russell from London, how are you doing? Thanks for joining. Awesome. What? Let ons? Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. Hi, I'm watching from Oman. Hi, that's awesome. Pretty cool. It's 10 p.m. there. Oh, that's awesome. That's a good time, I would say. It's not too late. I stayed awake tonight to watch. You're going to bed earlier? I guess most people do. I'm like a night owl. Joe says I do as well. Do as well what? Street photography or staying awake? Let me know. Okay. You also have to have an eye for street photography. Yes, it takes a lot of experience, you know. This is what I also found. Like, it's not as easy as you think. Even like I prepare a little bit with my phone. By the way, this is something I learned about that is you can research, of course, before on Pinterest, for example, to find good ideas for photos that you can take. But what I also found is that the camera is a really good viewfinder because, of course, you look through a camera when you look through your phone, and then the screen is a lot bigger, so you can like look around through your camera for good like photo ops, right? Because it's easier than looking through your heavy camera. And you have kind of the same view, sometimes even better because of the different lenses you can adjust in your phone. So that could be a benefit, right? So play around with that. I found it really beneficial. It's fast and easy to do that. The EU Cup? Not really. I'm not a football person. Oh, by the way, there is the post from my bot. I wanted to pin that because that's the latest creative pack. All right. Let's look for some other creative textures here. I want to do something quick today, just to play around and be creative. Where was this light streak? There's the light streak. So I guess, oh, there we go. If we scroll down, there should be related pictures like that. This is a little bit too much here, maybe. Oh, these are also nice. Let's just play around and see what we can... Oh my god. Okay. What we can do with that. Okay. So also like related to the topic dreams. In this case, let's check this out. This looks amazing. So let's maybe this is something good. I don't know. Let's play around with that. Boom. There we go. Let's see if we blend this together. This might be a little bit too much. Maybe if we rotate that or do some other effect on that, that could be interesting. Let's see. Let's make a blend here. Let's use the blend ranges too. Can we filter out some of the parts? Oh yes, we can. Not too bad. Okay. Yeah, that looks interesting, I would say. Let's duplicate this and then blur this. So this gets a little bit like shiny, like a glow a little bit, right? Let's take both of them and rotate this a little bit. You know, this is actually kind of following the structure of her face and the hand, right? So maybe we can work with that. That is already pretty nice. Okay. Okay. We are missing a little bit down there. Let me see. Let's hide this real quick and then not liquefy, but maybe just mesh warp this part. Oh, okay. So this actually rasterized it to that shape. Let's see if we can do something good with that. It's not too bad. Let's take also liquefy, then go in here a little bit, reduce the size. Maybe we push this out. Oh, that doesn't look good. Okay. What happened here? Let's make this a little bit smaller. No, that's not it. Just want this to follow the lines a little bit better, but this is pretty good, actually. I think we can leave it like that. Okay, perfect. Good. So I'm not happy on how little we see from the original picture. So let's see. Maybe we make this painting thing a little bit more transparent. That's a little bit heavy. Let's go like this. That's already much better. Okay. And then, should we blend some of that? Maybe. Let's duplicate this again. Oh, wait a second. Which is which now? Oh, let's duplicate this. That's actually better. This is even better. Overlay is much better. Interesting. Okay. When we blur this. Oh, okay. No, that's not good. Duplicate this again. And then maybe set this to screen. And blur that a little bit. Whoa, what is happening? Why is this happening? Strange. Okay. Set it to add. Maybe this is because here we used some... Did we use that here too? Yes. So why is it different? Okay, anyways. Let's leave it like that. I'm kind of surprised why the effect is different now. Oh, I know why. Because this is now... Is it because of this? No. I seem to be missing something. I have no idea what is happening right now, because it shouldn't. Because this is like... Oh, we can do something else. We can try like this, and then we make a curve onto this. And then when we make it darker, it should not interact like that. That's not good. That is very strange. Okay, never mind. What does the chat say? Let's have a look at the chat real quick. Doing as well. Are you going to... Where have you been? Interesting. I just saw you don't see all the comments. I just saw you that you don't see all the comments. At least my one was missing. Really? There is more than I'm seeing? This is not everything that I'm seeing here? Wait a second. Let me pop this out and then close it again. This usually refreshes it. Maybe I kind of... No, one is up here. I'm from Germany. At least my one was missing. Maybe you can write it again. Or if there was like a link in it or like a word that's banned, then I don't see that. Are you gonna do more street photography while you are on the trip? I'm trying. I want to learn more about that. And it's really difficult, I have to say. So I want to like try it out a bit more. By the way, there's another trick. Like when you're really shy and photographing people, what I found today is that when you go to a street corner where the cars are going by and the motorbikes and the bicycles and stuff like that, so the people, they come and go very quickly. At least for me, it's like that I'm in that situation, I feel less pressured, because like when you're on a market or something, the people are hanging around, they're standing in front of you, so they like... It's like this kind of close relation, right? But when they are on a bike and they like drive by you, you can take pictures and they will be gone in a second. And of course, nobody's going to stop to talk to you. So that's kind of a nice trick just to get into the feeling of photographing people that you don't know, like photographing strangers. And if you do that for some time afterwards, you feel more comfortable to go to the market and photograph other people. Also, what I've realized is that, of course, when you come to the market and you have like this big camera in your hand, everybody is going to look at you because, of course, you're standing out with the gear and with photographing people. But then when you stand at a corner for some time and they get adjusted that you are there, they are going back to their work, and then you can take photos without them looking at you, because of course you want to take photos of them in their like natural everyday process, and not when they are looking at you, or not when they like you ask for a picture and then they smile into the camera. That's not kind of situation you want, right? So if you just wait around for a little bit, they get bored of you basically, and then they go back to their normal process, and then you can take pictures basically, right? Okay, let's go on here with this process. So what can we do here? Let's duplicate this. Let's see if when I blur this, if this has the same effect. Gaussian blur. Oh, it's another blend. Wait a second. Let's go to screen here. There we go. And then we go here, and then we go to blur. No, this doesn't have the same effect, right? It looks completely different, but now it works. That's a good thing. Now it works. Okay, let's apply this. And then what we can try to do here is maybe use the smudge finger. And let's see when we pull this out a little bit, like so. Does this do anything? Not really. Okay, interesting. Let's hide this layer real quick and duplicate this layer. And then let's see what happens. Again, nothing. Okay, that's interesting. What is going on today? That's a crazy situation. Maybe, wait a second, let's rename this layer, because sometimes it doesn't. This is a pixel layer, so the smudge finger should work. Let's call this 0 and let's call this 1. Okay. So, and this is also not the original. Okay, interesting. And this is the original, right? Let's call this also 0. And this is also a pixel layer. Okay, that's good. So let's try when we do this. Oh yes, this works. Okay, good. Let's make the strength 100%. Let's see what works. Oh, that looks ugly. Okay, don't do that. Let's go back here. 50%. So let's see if we turn the other layers on again. Which of these layers do we need? Let's keep this one. I think we don't need this one. And so let's see, I will make a duplicate of this one. I will call one of them original. Original, there we go. And then this is the copy. So just that we know what's going on. Is there even more layers maybe? Let's not think about that right now. Okay, so if let's see, if I pull this out here, that actually, that looks pretty good. Okay. So this becomes more like a dreaming kind of situation here, right? That's pretty good. Okay. Let's do a little bit more of that on all of these structures here. Wow, my laptop is cooking again. Should we do it also over here or maybe not? Let's zoom out here a little bit. That looks pretty cool, I would say. That's pretty, I'm pretty happy with this. Okay, this was not so great here. Okay, so on the thinner structures, it's kind of, let's just wiggle them a little bit. I don't want this color to go away too much. Okay, there we go. Maybe also over here, let's see. Yes. And I might do this in the different direction. So we pull the color in. That's better. We don't want to lose that structure here. I feel like this is going into a good direction. All right. So that was an interesting experiment. There we go. That looks pretty awesome. Should we do something else, maybe? Maybe to reduce something? Remove something? Let me see if we put all of this in a mask. Let's delete this. Sorry, not in a mask, in a group. Is it killing the effect or not? Let's see. No, it's not killing the effect. That's good. Because sometimes it does. So let's put a mask on that. And then let's see if we maybe want to hide some stuff here. Let's give me a basic brush real quick. There we go. That works good. Because I found that when you have stuff over the eyes, that this is often a bad idea to have that. Because you kind of want to look into the eyes of the person. Should we do it like this? Let's have a look at the comments. Wow, there's a lot of stuff going on here. No link, no banned words. Interesting. I'll try to copy 2 comments in a row now. Okay. Just Dude says, I once photographed a person and he got really angry with me. Deleted the photo, of course. Yeah, of course, it sometimes happens. So you never know what is going on. It's kind of, this is also why I don't like street photography. I'm not a huge fan of that, especially like photographing people, because you can do other stuff too. You can. I think like maybe this also interesting. When I was looking at street photography and researching on Pinterest, I found that there are basically 3 kinds of street photography. One kind is, we can have a look at this real quick before we go back to the editing. Let me see real quick here. Pinterest. Let's go here real quick. I always like to analyze stuff. So you can see here, I try to collect some ideas. Not too many, I have to admit. This is not very much. I think I didn't like, let's just go here to street photography. Let's street photography. Okay, before we go back to editing. So I find that there's like 3 different kinds mostly. And one is this kind where you do things that work with special effects. Like, for example, you have here light or time, which is mostly either one or the other or both combined, because they are easy to do and they are very effective. So photographing at night is a really good idea, because night photography brings a lot of atmosphere into it, no matter what it is. When you have a night picture, let's see. Let's scroll down here. You can see like the night can do a ton of stuff for you, or the evening also. This kind of situation where you have artificial light gives you, of course, automatically atmosphere. So that's a good trick to do that. Also with rain, you can enhance that even more. Stuff like this, right? Shadow. So light gives you a lot of opportunity for that. Or time, of course, when things get blurry. Then the other kind is where you have these abstract pictures. Am I missing something here right now? So basically you work with this. This is a lot harder, I would say, because you have to find these structures so you can photograph them, right? So this kind of, wait a second. There we go. This kind of stuff here. That's pretty cool. It's very minimalistic mostly, but it's very hard to find these kind of special occasions. And of course, sometimes they work with these tricks where you use a puddle as a reflection. That's a good idea. Or you bring your camera pretty low to the ground. So you have this kind of perspective thing. And in this case, it's good to have a wide angle camera, because with the wide angle camera, what you can do, and this is why also the smartphone is pretty good for this occasion, is that when you orientate it, when you put it on an angle, the picture is stretching, because the wide angle lens has a optical distortion, right? So this means when you do things like this, where you have a perspective and you point the camera down or up, the object will be becoming stretched, right? So the building will look like a pyramid. Everything is going together because of the perspective, or in the other way, everything is going wider. And you can use that for your benefit to make interesting photos like that. And then, of course, the third kind is that you photograph people in interesting kind of situations, which I don't know if we have any here. Let's write people here. Yeah, stuff like this. And this is the I think emotionally most stressing, most uncomfortable thing to photograph people. I feel like, first of all, I don't feel very comfortable with them looking at me, and I don't know, like this kind of interaction that you have is really strange. And the second is, if they don't know that I took a picture, I feel like I steal something from them. So like I saw multiple people today who were sleeping in interesting positions, but I didn't take a photo because I feel like strange about that, right? If they don't know about that. So it's kind of good when you take the picture and then afterwards they look at you and you have this little like interaction and you kind of get an agreement that yes, it's okay, because otherwise they could say something and you can delete the picture, right? But at the same time, if I don't know, it's still, it's kind of, it's very strange. It's very strange. But like I said, if you photograph people who are going by in a bus or in a train or on a car or something like that, you can relax yourself into that by just getting accustomed to taking pictures of people. Even if it's not good pictures, it's just like getting you more relaxed about that kind of situation, right? Or what you can also do is to go with a friend, because I feel like when you are with another person, everything is more relaxed and you don't feel as stressed, right? It's like a little bit like going to the basement. You don't feel bad going to the basement when you're with a friend, but if you're alone, it's kind of creepy, right? All right, these are the main categories that you find street photos in. Also this kind of thing, stuff like that. And I feel like these pictures mainly happen when you take a ton of pictures. You just photograph every kind of thing that you see that could potentially be interesting. Especially try to set your camera to a high serious mode. You know what I mean? Like where it goes like tick, 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 tick. Because especially when things are going by, you never know if they might be in focus, and you never know if something changes throughout, because the people are moving and everything about them is moving. So one picture might be lame and boring, and then in like a split second later, like half a second later, it's an interesting, cool picture because something different happened. So just set it to this kind of rapid photograph mode or whatever, and then of course afterwards you have hundreds of pictures, but forget about that. You can delete all of them and just keep the good stuff. So that's okay, and then you end up with maybe 5 good pictures, right, out of 500. But it's okay, don't worry about that. It's digital pictures, it doesn't cost you anything, right? That's good. All right, let's go back to the process before before everybody's leaving. I hope that's interesting. I don't know. Let me know. Let's read the comments real quick and then I go back to editing. How are your cats after the trip? I hope they are good. My mother is taking care of them. I guess she's taking much better care of them than I do, because she's playing with them and giving them good food. Like I'm also playing with them and giving good food, but like she's like more doing more, let's say it like that. Hey from India, Clear Edge, cool username. Try shooting people from behind. That's also good. People from behind is also nice. Or you have like a tele lens where you can stand far away. That's also a good thing to do. Yeah, so that's interesting. And just like take a lot of pictures and just see what works. Yeah. Not being alone helps a lot. Yes, I feel so too, right? It makes, like, if you turn it into a little event, you bring 2 friends or something like that. I don't feel like good if it's too many people. Like if you go with 5, 6, 7 people, that's too much, I feel like. And also it takes away the kind of special thing, because everybody's taking the same photos basically. But if you're like 2 or 3 people, I find like that's kind of the sweet spot, right? All right, good. Let's go back to the editing. So we have this here. I feel like that's good. Should we should we reduce something, remove something? I feel like this down here is a little bit, there could be some more smudging here, but these thin structures, maybe we will reduce this a little bit. Let's go to 14%. Ah, yes, okay, that's a lot softer. That's a little bit too soft, maybe. Okay, that's good. Let's do this a little bit more here. I just like playing around, see what we can do with that. Do some interesting dream-related editing today. So this is kind of the first idea. I want to change the colors a little bit. I'm not super happy with the colors here. Let's go for color balance first. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. Let's go for selective color next. Oh, by the way, I should maybe save. That would be a good idea. Save as. Let's go here, tutorials, live stream files. Let's give this, what's the date? 21/06/13. There we go. Stream edits. To name your folders. The reason is I write the date backwards because this is how the computer sorts. Like the computer sorts it 1000, 1001, 1002, 1003, right? So if you write the date normal, then it's sorting it by the day and then by the month and then by the year, which doesn't make sense. So you have to go the other way around and then everything is in order afterwards, right? Okay, I don't know what to call that. Let's just call it Dream 1. There we go. Okay, good. Oh, it's a big file. Okay. Let's see. Oh. Okay. That's too much. That's good. Okay. Let's see for the yellows here. Yes, pull that down a little bit. A little bit more orange, that's nice. No, that's not good. Okay, greens. Just going by the eye here. And the screen is not calibrated, so it might not be super good, but good enough. All right. Something else? Oh yeah, the blues. Let's have a look at the blue here. We can make this more intense, maybe. I'm sorry that I can't see the comments at the same time. That would be awesome, but let's leave this in the middle, maybe. Okay. I feel like, yeah, that's good. Should we do something else here? Let's see. Let's go here for brightness and contrast. I'm just doing some adjustments. Because I tend to make my pictures a little bit too dark. So maybe that's a good idea. Maybe bring this down here to the original picture. So this stands out a little bit more. Although it's, that makes it very hard. Bring the contrast down. Let me see, when we put a little vignette here, my good old donut trick. There we go. Make it like this, set it to black, and then we blur all of this very hard. Let's go with 500. Then let's change the size of the hole here. Okay. Maybe if we make this into a dark blue instead. Sorry, am I maybe talking to... Maybe I should talk a little bit louder because it's my thinking voice. Sorry. Okay. I feel like something is missing. It's kind of cool, but it's kind of not cool. Something is like, hmm. What was the other thing we had? 1 second. We had this, we had this, we had... Oh, this is the original. Maybe I should close some of these so the computer is a little bit more relaxed. Light streaks. Let's see. I wrote that wrong. Although, that's pretty nice here. But there's this guy in the middle. But maybe we can use... Can we use part of that maybe? I just want to have a little bit extra. 1 second. Let's just have a look here. Oh. Let's download this. Do we find something that's a little bit better maybe? Sorry, I'm talking quiet again. Let's try this real quick. Just to see if this does anything. I just want to have these actually. Let me try something here. So this is that? Yes. Okay. Let's set this to normal. Set this to screen. Then we take our clone brush. Where's the clone brush? There we go. Okay. Make it big. Soft edge. Opacity 100. Align source, no. Current layers below. Good. So let's see if I paint this in here. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, these are very short. That's the problem. Whoop. Sorry. Let's try this differently here. But maybe that's also too much. I don't know. One second. Oh, I thought it was crashing. It looks like it's crashing, right? It's not too bad. That's pretty cool. I hope it doesn't take so much power that you can't see anymore what I'm doing, because if the CPU is like overused, you know what I mean, then the software is not happy with that. OBS is not happy with that. I will make a copy here, 1 second, merge visible. So this gives me just the background layer, and then I can delete everything else like so. And now I can save this as a copy, Dream 1B. Okay, and this should basically, actually, let's close this real quick, yes. And then open it up again. And this should like release, how can I say, free up a lot of space, right? There we go. Okay, so now the file is a lot closer, a lot smaller, because it's using less of everything, because I don't have as much layers, right? Duplicate this. That's pretty cool. Okay, good. Let's take this again. Place. That's the wrong one. There we go. And then let's go to screen again. Should we maybe really go into it and take all of this? Rasterize. Let's rasterize and trim this so it's smaller. I'm looking at the comments in a second. 1 moment. Sorry. Can we cover this up a little bit here? Or maybe bend it outwards? Let's delete this again. Liquify. All right, duplicate. And then from the second one, you see when I duplicate this, the effect is getting stronger. So I'm going to reduce it just at the area where it's getting a little bit too close to the body. And you can see now we have more glow up here. We can actually maybe reduce this a little bit, although I like this little glow here. But let's see if we reduce this a bit. No. No. There we go. Yeah. Wait, maybe I have to go the other way. Let's leave it like that. It's getting too thin otherwise. So that's pretty cool, actually. It's kind of let me see. Let me try something. When I go here and I make an HSL adjustment, I move this over. That looks pretty terrible. Okay. I thought maybe to have the flames on one side in a different color. Just try gradient real quick here. And then I'm gonna look at the comments. 1 second. It's not as interesting as I thought it would be. Like the over. Wow, this is pretty cool. Okay. That's actually pretty cool. Let me try something. If we go here for channels and then go like this and create a mask from that and then apply the mask to the rectangle and then bring the color back, of course. But I mean, it does color one side differently, so maybe that's... What do you think? I should close all of these. Just leave one open. There we go. Oh, this was a thing that I wanted to try as an idea. So that's pretty cool. Let's look at this. What does the stream say? Edit one of your photos you've taken on your trip. That's a good idea. But I want to do something different today, so we can do that next time. I will, of course, do that when I'm back in Vienna. Also, I will have added some of the pictures I've taken here. But I would have to go through them to select them. That would be a little bit complicated right now. Stream is fine. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right. I will duplicate this real quick. And then take the mask and let's see, when we paint stuff out here. Let's keep this as it is. Maybe also this. I think I'm overthinking it right now. How is it when this side is normal and the other side has this pink light in it? Wait, which one? Oh. Let's duplicate this again. Let's see if we change this around a little bit. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. That's a lot better, I think. It's a nice like difference in color. Before it was a little bit too much of everything, but now it's kind of pretty cool, right? Pretty interesting. Okay, I want to try one more thing and then we do something else. Let me put this in the background again. One second. Almost done. Okay, that was not good. Duplicate this again. Wait, when I rasterize this, what happened? Okay. What kind of blend mode do they use here? This is the thing, when it goes back to the normal blend mode. Oh, okay, I use one blend mode for everything, so I can just go like this and then it's the same. Okay, perfect. Good, 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 good. So just one more thing I want to try here. Liquify. Wait. I'm seeing both at the same time. That's not good. Okay. And let's hide the mesh because that's a little bit annoying. There's a little bit of stuff missing up here, if you can see that. So that's a bit stupid. Why is this only affecting one layer? Okay. Apply. I want to fix this up here a little bit, maybe. That would be cool. How are we going to do that? We have here the individual layers. By the way, oh, no. Oh. This is from the mask. This is from the gradient up here. It has nothing to do with the rest of the picture. That's pretty interesting. So this is also why that other stuff is looking different. Okay, so I think maybe we can duplicate this and then bring it up here. And yes, now it's visible. And now if I push this, can I push this up here? Kind of. Okay. Let's maybe make this a little bit smaller. Yeah, this is working. Okay, good. Let me clean this up here real quick. Let's do here rasterize and trim. 1 second. It's better. Let's see if we can just push this in here. No, that's not working. Sorry, just 1 second. Where's the other one? It's this one, right? Okay. Can I just pull this down? All right. Let's erase this a little bit, and then I think I should stop this. I'm getting too obsessed over the details here. Nope, that was too much. We can keep this, I think. All right, there we go. Kind of fixed it. All right, I'd say that's pretty cool. This line is only from Affinity Photo and how it renders it, so not part of the edit. Boom! Dream image finished. Should we do one more? Let me see the time. It was a 1 hour already. Wow, okay, pretty long. Where will you comment our creations? I will do that now. Hi Simon. Simon, thanks for joining from Huntington, UK. Hi. Oh, quick sip of coffee. Okay, let's do the feedback of the works here. Thank you very much for everybody who submitted something. All right, looking forward to that because I have not looked at this yet. So this is the original picture. Let's have a look here. So this was the edit. This was not the edit, of course. The other one was the edit, this one. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's interesting, right? Especially this part over here. This is also kind of nice. Pretty cool. Okay, let's save this again and then close this. And then let's go over to your edits here. Boom. The first one is from Trude. Thank you very much. She's streaming made in Affinity Photo with background color and grunge. Background colors, grunge, and PNGs. Okay, interesting. There's a lot of stuff going on here. So she's lying here, sleeping in the foreground. There's a little bit of a, I don't know, platform here that is like a pillow. And then, so this is the original picture here. Nice. With these rails going into the water. So that's interesting. Oh, this is kind of the pillow part here. The problem here is that there's a lot of stuff going on. Like it's a nice idea. You blended together the elements nicely, and also you added a wood frame here, so that's interesting. But then the kind of connection is a little bit unclear between the what are they called? The oh, that's a famous movie. This kind of like goofy horror movie. What the name? What are they called? I can't remember right now. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember right now. I have the word, like, do you know when you think about a word, but then another word is stuck in front of that? And then right now the word is Capricorn. That's stuck in front of it. And I think it's kind of, it has the same rhythm. What are they called? Capricorn? No. They are. Anyways, so we have a hot air balloon, and then we have a warplane over here, and then we have this guy down here. Of course, in dreams there's strange stuff happening, but it's very confusing what is going on here. Like they like every corner has something going on, so there isn't really a connection between these different elements. So maybe try to connect them in some way. To make it more apparent if there is a story, what the story is, and where to look at. Because right now it's more like putting the elements at the corners of the image, just to like organize them, right? You know what I mean? Okay, let's see. I'm sure you have commented what this guy is called. Let me, what's the name? He is no, I can't think of it, sorry. What's the name? Oh, nobody commented so far? Okay, interesting. Let's see if we get that in the future. So thank you, Trude, for the post. Let's go for the next one. Jean-Loup has created something. Did I miss something, by the way? No, this is on all comments, so I should be seeing everything, right? Yes. Okay, cool. So the next one is by Jean-Loup. Let's open this up. Dreams on a holiday in Normandy for Arctic wolves. Oh, interesting. Okay. So here's everything in blue. Oh, this is an interesting combination. So you have this very famous, I can't remember the name, but this famous island with the castle in the middle, and then you have these wolves here, and the steam of the howl is going right into the reflection of the island. That's pretty cool. For some reason there's a handprint there. I'm not sure what that is about, so that is kind of mysterious. Did they hunt a guy and he was fleeing into that city, or I don't know. Makes it a little bit more mysterious, of course. So yeah, pretty interesting. Very nice with the color scheme and everything. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's pretty interesting. You could I mean, it's very guided with, you have the wolves and then you follow the steam, and the steam goes into the reflection goes into the city, so there's a lot of guidance there. The hand is a little bit like taking attention away from everything that's happening here on the right side. Maybe you put it in as a balance because there's so much on the right side, and then maybe the left side was empty, so you put something there to give more like content over there. But it also it draws the eye over here, but it doesn't connect to the rest of the image. So maybe think about some kind of way to maybe connect these two together, or maybe make the hand a little bit smaller because it takes a lot of attention. It has basically the same height as the city in the background. Yeah, but still pretty cool. Very cool edit. I also like the colors and how everything flows together. So that's very nice. Pretty cool idea. Thank you very much, Jean-Loup. Let's go to the next one. Here's the source pictures, by the way, from Pixabay. Also very nice. Oh, there's the original wolves with a deer who's getting hunted down by them. So it's pretty cool. Why didn't you use that part, by the way? That seemed to be kind of fitting, right? To fill this part, or maybe because there are no deers in that area. But on the other hand, there are no wolves in that area either, right? Are there wolves in France? I don't know. Probably not anymore. There may have been some in the past. All right, let's go to Dorothy. Oh, this is more about like all images came from DeviantArt. I don't think you can use them. I hope we can use them in this stream. That's pretty interesting. That's like this classic theme of the, I don't think these are the gates to heaven, the pearly gates, right? But pretty interesting. Very nice combination with the color. Also what I like is that the colors up here, they flow together from the sunset and then the gold of the door, or like the beige. I don't know if this is a golden door or a wood door. I can't really see that here. But the cool thing is that when you look at the figure down here that is looking at the gate, that this has a contrasting color, right? So you have yellow and then you have blue, which are contrasting with each other. And this is why this person down here is sticking out in a very nice way, right? And also, as you can see, like the contrast here is there because it's still rather bright down here where she's standing, so you can also easily see the silhouette of the person. So you have the silhouette, you have the brightness, you have the contrast in color, which all make for an easy way to see that person down here. There's no overlap or anything. And it's pretty cool if you also look at the different lines that you have here. So of course there you have this middle line from the door going directly at the figure here in the middle. The figure is a little bit offset to the side, which is maybe also good because it makes it a little bit more dynamic. And also you have this kind of light highlighted line here from the ridge that is going towards the person, and the person is also standing on a lighter platform, so everything kind of leads to that person, and the person leads up to the door, and you can kind of also feel like she's looking up to the door, so you have this kind of line of sight basically also going up here. So it's very nice. Everything in the composition is pretty cool, very interesting. Thank you very much. So the only thing maybe is that this is blending here a little bit. It's kind of like suddenly getting transparent from the door, but that's okay if you think about it like a mirage or something, like a dreamlike structure that is just appearing in front of you like a vision. Then it just like it has this kind of vapor quality where it can just blend into existence, right? Or if you don't want it, as you know, the trick that I always use is that I use a little bit of fog or a little bit of like clouds or something to cover that area up, so you don't see it, and then it's just rising out of, for example, the fog on the ground, right? That could be also a possibility to do that. But I like as it is here, I find it really cool, very pleasing, very, very nice. Thank you very much, Dorothy. Very good work. All right, let's go to the next one. This is from Jacob. Here we have the pictures and the source material. By the way, let's have a look at the chat real quick. Leprechaun, yes, leprechaun. Right, interesting. What was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying now. Oh my god. I didn't say leprechaun, I said something else, but I feel like it had the same rhythm from the word. Okay, so leprechaun, everybody knows but me. Okay, good. Hi, DV. Sorry for joining late. Don't worry about that. Don't worry. That's good. Hot and sunny in Wisconsin. It's also hot and sunny here, but I think in Thailand it's always hot and sunny. Although today was very rainy. But even when it's rainy, it's pretty hot here. All right, let's go back. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's also very nice. So you have this subject of like the bed, and then in the background you have the landscape. Very nice combination. We have kind of pink sand here. Also, you see with the contrasting colors, also nice that this kind of sticks out more, right? Because she's in green and then the background is in pink again. You have a little bit of color contrast there, and you have this beautiful, beautiful night sky with the how do you say, northern lights basically. So that's nice. Let's see, here we have the original images. Very cool. Pexels, Pexels, Pexels. Yeah, Pexels looks like they have pretty cool pictures there, so that's good. Some things are sticking out here. So first of all, one thing you see here is that the grain of the picture in the sky is much bigger than in the foreground here, and especially here with the woman sitting in the bed has much less grain in the picture. So what you can do if you want to blend them together is that you can just make a layer where you create noise, or just like a, actually, yeah, I'm not sure actually. Let me see. Can you do live noise in Affinity Photo? I'm not 100% sure. Let's open up a picture here real quick. Let's take this picture of her, and then we zoom into that. You can see here, nice sharp picture, no noise in here. And then what you can do is, let's create a new layer here. You see, new pixel layer. You go to filter, and then noise, and then simply to add noise. And this should... No, okay. This didn't work. Let's go here to... You can, I think you can apply it directly to the image, but I like to do it on a separate layer. Let's make a fill layer here. Make that a medium gray. Grayness 50%. And then because a fill layer is not a pixel layer, we have to rasterize that like so. And then we set this to, let's say, let's say to soft light. Okay, good, soft light. And then we go to filter, noise, add noise, and hopefully this works. Otherwise I look like an idiot. No, it works, you see? So this is creating noise, and you can see that this looks a little bit like grain from the ISO setting, right? So this is where you can use this to blend different pictures together. And by the way, the A little downside here of this effect is that you can't really set the size of the noise. That's a little bit annoying. But what you can do is that you create the noise like so. Let's set it to 100% so you can really see it nicely. And then you simply go here and you stretch this out to make it bigger. And then of course you can see that also the pixels are now much bigger. So in this way you can adjust the size. Let's make this a lot bigger so you can actually see that this is happening. So you can see now it's very pixelated. This is also a good way to make the picture very pixelated if you want that as a kind of glitch effect or something. So this is how you can do that and add noise to blend pictures together of different noise qualities, of different ISO qualities, right? Okay, so that's would be a way to do that because otherwise you can see it looks a little bit unnatural if you have different ISO settings in different areas of your picture, right? So that's one thing you can do. The other thing is that here, as you can see, compared to the other picture before, is that with the brightness, it's a little bit like all over the place. So the background, the sky is very bright, and then you have these bright streaks here in the landscape. And then you also have the bright streaks here on her and on the pillow and a little bit on the background behind her on the ground. And this is kind of, it's going everywhere. It's not really guiding the eye too much in any kind of specific direction or so. And so you could think about maybe, let's see about the original picture. Maybe moving the landscape around a little bit. So for example, using that right side here, so everything is pointing in the same direction, so that you have her here. Maybe we can do this over here real quick. Let's copy this over. I'm not sure if this is gonna get a good result right now, but let's just give it a quick try here. Let me see. I will just make a quick selection of her. This is going to be pixelated because I only have this small picture to work with. Let's see. Let's go like this. We maybe don't even need the pillow. Okay. Oh, that's a pixel layer. I can't use that. Let's rasterize that. Copy this over. So now we have her. And you can see if I put her down here, like so, for example. You could even put her like this. Should we clean this up a little bit maybe? I don't know. It's probably wasting too much time, but let's do this just a tiny bit. Just so this looks a little bit better. Okay, very messy, but still, you know what I'm getting at. So you can see here, if you have it like this, for example, then you have a picture where these lines are going toward her, and then you can have, for example, the head sticking out over the landscape, over the horizon, basically. So you can read this a lot better. And then maybe if you have these lines here, let's copy this over too. Let's go like this, for example. Copy, fill, sorry, that was the wrong layer. Go like this. Bring this over here. And now you can see that this is basically, should we do a quick mask here? Let me see, 1 second. I will do a really quick mask here, 1 second. Just for this landscape here, real quick. Oh, why am I doing this side? We don't even use this side. 1 second. Let's go down here. This is not going to be a quick clean mask, but anyways, let's make this visible again. And then we make the mask like so. And then we put this behind her like so. Okay, good. And then let's say here, lock children. Good. Let's make this a little bit smaller here. You can see now they are kind of going away from her, but we could also maybe, for example, flip this around like so. And then they are Oh, this flipped everything. Let's pull the mask out here real quick, make this a group, put the mask in the group. And now I should be able to flip this without the mask flipping. Bloop, there we go. So we could potentially like find a way where this is pointing more towards her. You see these lines, they're also going towards her. Maybe also put a little bit more contrast on there. Let's go with brightness and contrast here real quick. Make this a little bit darker, make it higher contrast like so. There we go. Okay. And so we could like, I mean, as a possibility, you know, that we have these lines going towards her, maybe like so, or I don't know, whatever you want to do with that. Maybe like so, that would be good. You see? So these lines are more pointing towards her and these lines are pointing towards her. So if we have everything together, it's more consistent in the way that everything connects, right? This is not good. There we go. Okay. Just as an idea. Wait a second. Let's really quickly put her a little bit more to the left. Would be maybe good if she's sitting over here, right? And then we have to extend this part here. Sorry, I'm getting carried away right now. Just one second. Let's stretch this out here a little bit. Boom, there we go. Okay, so everything is like on one side and then it's kind of, you know, it's coming together a little bit differently, right? Maybe if we rotate this down here, bring these over here towards her. There we go. That's probably better. See? Okay, let's go back to the image here. And so you can see here, in this case, the lines they are kind of going every direction. Like we have these lines here and these lines here going towards her, but then there's a lot of stuff going on in the background and these lights that take a lot of attention, and they're also brighter at the same time. So that's a little bit problematic that the brightness is also fighting, right? And this, by the way, this is a good test that you can do. Let's copy this over real quick. What you can do with your picture is to test if everything is okay. Make the picture very blurry, like so. Maybe that's a bit too much. Let's go like this. And then you can also rotate your picture upside down, like so. And this is like a classic trick in art where you kind of, this is when you look at the picture, can you still see what is going on? Can you still figure out the lines that you should follow with your eyes, stuff like that? Is the composition still good or not, right? And if it's kind of lost and you don't know what is going on and where to look in the picture, then you might have a problem and you might want to reconsider different elements of the picture and design them in a way where when you do this, it still works pretty well, right? So that's a good trick to do that kind of thing. And yeah, okay. Let's go to the next pictures because I think we have a lot of entries here. Also, let's have a look at the comments real quick. I said Capricorn and Leprechaun. Hey, you see, that was really close. That was really close. Capricorn and Leprechaun. There we go. I'm pretty good with rhyming too, so in this maybe because I have this kind of thing in my brain. Okay. Good. What editing software is this? It's called Affinity Photo. It says here about. There we go. Affinity Photo. All right. What else? Using to edit. Flip the hill. Landscape picture horizontal. That way the light is coming from the right side. Oh, that's also a good idea, right? Do I have that still? Landscape to flip that. Yeah, okay, anyways, yes. So that's also a good idea to think about the direction of the light. Which, by the way, someone pointed out in my last tutorial that I mixed that up a little bit with one of the pictures. Let's see here real quick. Patreon version? No, this one? This one here. Yeah, the comment was that the shadow that I created is coming from the left side, and then the other shadows are coming from a different direction. The light, you can see the shadows are here on the left side, So they should be on the other side. You see, if the light is coming from here, then the shadow should be going over to the other side. So that's actually correct. And I didn't look out for that in my edit that I've been doing. So that's actually a very good point. Right, so it should basically be... Can we rotate this without breaking everything? No? Oh, flip horizontally. There we go. That's the correct way, right? Let's turn these off maybe. This is better. You see? Where the shadow is going this way and then it's coming out on the other side also this way. So this is actually better. And I didn't think about that when I created the tutorial. All right, let's go back to the reviews. There's another one from Noel. Thank you very much, Noel. So here we have some of the source pictures. Let's see. Oh, wow. What is this? Oh, I like the text down here too. That is very nice. Can we make that bigger? Let's see. Yes, look at that. Pretty cool with the little light down here. The light effect at the end of the M of dream. Pretty cool. And then you put all this kind of grunge effect here that looks a little bit like the roots from the trees. So that's pretty awesome. Very nice. Here it breaks a little bit down with this kind of structure because it's kind of hard to see what that actually is. It looks like a spaceship, but it could also be like a really big alien or something. I don't know. So maybe make this structure in the background here a little bit like clearer on what it is. But the rest is pretty awesome. I really like it. Very interesting. Very nice. So here we have this picture. Really cool. And you also added some hair that is going outwards. You see here from this. Very nice. Makes it a lot more dynamic. Also flows a little bit with these, like it looks like there's a little bit of wind in the trees here. So that's very cool. And you use this kind of picture and then some other pictures too. So this is just the city in the background that you can see here, but then you added vegetation, stuff like that. By the way, if you do stuff like this with these kind of silhouettes, you can find brushes with these kind of vegetation where you can just brush that in. So that can be very easy and fast if you want to do that. For example, if you go over to Brush Easy, is this how you write that? Brush Easy. I can never remember how to write that. All right. I don't know. Grass. Let's see. Yeah, you can see, you can find these brushes here and then you can make them any kind of color, of course. You see this? And then you can use this in your picture as a silhouette, as a foreground, as something else. You can, for example, paint them in and then blur them as a foreground. So they have a lot of potential to do that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, and I think with the lights here and with the trees, maybe you have found some good PNGs, or maybe you've selected them from the background. So that's all pretty cool. Very interesting. I feel like these lights here on the side, they're a little bit bright. They take a little bit too much attention maybe, although they give a very nice symmetry to the picture. But if you would look at the picture without it, maybe it would also be good, right? Let's copy this over real quick. Just have a little real quick look at how would this be without these lights here. I'm just interested to see that. Maybe we just use the in-paint brush. There we go. Oh, wait a second. I should do this on a separate layer so we can turn it on and off. There we go. So this is without them and this is with them. Yeah, they add some nice atmosphere to the picture. So it's more like because right now it looks like she's lost in nature, And this makes it more like a park situation where she's like in the city, in a park, and more in a safe environment. And this gives more an emotional contrast to the this kind of spooky creature in the back. Because if you don't have that, and it's like this, then she's kind of already lost in the wild a little bit. And so the contrast, the emotional contrast to this kind of monster in the background or alien or whatever is less intense than with this. So it's actually pretty cool. I didn't expect that, but it's really awesome. Thank you very much for that. Pretty awesome. Who was it again? Noel. Thank you very much. Really cool work. Very nice. I also like all the colors and how the light is flowing. You can see the light is concentrating down here. Maybe this is also something to point out. You can see here that the brightest areas here is where the woman is. So this is the main attention where also the biggest, brightest part is. And then we have a second bright area up here where this kind of alien or monster is. So the eye is first drawn to this area and then up to this area where it's also bright, but you exactly know where to look, because you're not going to look up here. Whoops, sorry. You're not going to look up here because there's nothing to see. And also down here is not much to see other than the title, which is kind of separated and also brighter. But you kind of focus your interest to this, and then you see from the position that she's looking at that thing in the sky, right? So this also gives you a very much a nice connection between these elements, right? So very nice, very, very good build up, and also very clear story in the image. Let's see at the chat real cool. What up? Okay, that's the same thing. All right, let's go to the next one by Marilyn. So this is always a good thing to think about, this kind of, what kind of story is it? How can I tell the story? Which kind of composition would I need for that? And this is, when you figure out the story first that you want to tell, this makes it a lot simpler. Sorry, I'm just bringing this up again to explain that. So if you know what the story is and you know what are the characters, basically the elements in the story, so in this case the woman and the alien in the sky, you know that these are the things you want to focus on. And so when you know what to focus on, it's much easier to think about the composition and what kind of relation to build from that. So if you go from the story to the actors to the composition, you have a very straight line to how to build up the picture, and it makes it a lot easier to do that, right? Okay, let's go to the next one. This is by, Marilyn, I already said. Dreaming of walking safely on a blue sea beach while listening to soft music like before. No more corona. Oh, okay, interesting to think about. Interesting. Okay, so there's a nursery song over here. It's kind of floating in the air. And then you have some sand, I guess, here. Some birds, some beach, and then the woman here walking along. So the elements are there, but as you can see, there's a lot going on and you don't know where to look. And also from the colors, it's not very clear what is going on because the elements kind of obstruct each other, right? So you can see here we have a very nice beach with some clouds on top. And I'm still not sure what this is down here. What is that? What is that? Oh, this is some kind of, how do you say, fabric, like crafted. You see these kind of, I don't know what they are called in English. Why is that there? I'm not sure. Crocheting? Is it called crocheting? Why is there some crocheting work here all of a sudden? And then we have some ink spots here. I'm confused. I thought these are some seashells or something. So I would rather have like put her at a nice beach like this, and then maybe have this text floating in the sky and maybe some seashells next to it. Maybe if you use either you reduce the seashell to, for example, just be the outlines and then have it maybe, for example, in white next to the text like a graphic, or you just search for a seashell graphic online and then blend that in here. Like, for example, you have this text here. So I would suggest that because the text is looking like this, you search for some seashell graphics that look like they are ink printed, and then just use that in as contrast on a clear sky, of course, where you can read that, right? Or if you don't want to read it, but you can still see that there's a text, right? So there's not too much going on, because here it's just like too many things at the same time. You don't know where to look, and then you have this kind of algae green. It doesn't look like a healthy beach where you want to be. It more looks like a little bit of an oil spill, a little bit of like a algae, how do you say, what is it if you have too much algae? It's called algae, I can't remember. Anyways, you know what I mean. So I know what you want to do, but it doesn't work out in what you have created here with the elements, with the colors, with the readability of the picture, because you don't know where to look. And also, I don't know why the crocheting is there. What kind of relation does that have? So think about what I said with this picture here, and then maybe rethink how could you do that with this picture that you have, because you have some very interesting source pictures here. You see there's also some light here, so maybe put her next to that, or maybe in front of that light, and then put the text up here in the sky. That could be interesting, right? You then have to create a shadow for her also, but then at least she is at a dreamy beach, right? That would make more sense for the idea that you have for the picture, right? Okay, crochet, yes, okay. Right, there we go. Let's go to the next one, which is this one here from Marcos, Scary Dream. Okay, there we go. Right, okay, this is the picture of his daughter, right? And this is the original source picture. So, okay, so you added some lightning here, and then her with these glowing eyes, which is pretty cool. Very nice effect. And she has a scary dream. Interesting. I mean, it's a little bit strange. I'm thinking about how could you do this differently, because like she's kind of rivaling with this creature in the background, and she also has these kind of glowing eyes, so she kind of also has a kind of vampire quality, a kind of monster quality, also coming out of the darkness into the landscape. And then you have this walking guy here, so she is as scary as this kind of monster in the background towards that walking guy here. So I can't imagine her dreaming to be that guy walking in the landscape. What you could do, for example, is if you have a photo of her where she, for example, is sitting here sideways, maybe sleeping, dreaming in a chair here on the side, and then you have this scene on the left side, or you turn it around where she's sitting on the right side, sleeping, and then you have this scene here, and maybe use a image from some smoke, for example, as a mask, to have this kind of like a smoke coming from her mind, basically as a dream. You know what I mean? So that could be interesting. Let me see. Let's go to Pexel real quick. Pexels. This is the video page. We don't want that right now. Sleeping in chair. Let's see if we can find that real quick. Let's take this picture here real quick, just to show what I mean. Let's go like this. From clipboard, yes. Okay, and then what we need is this picture here too. Copy this over. Like so. Over here maybe. Might have to make this a little bit bigger, but let's just keep it like that. Okay, and then what we need is also a picture of smoke. Smoke. Some intense smoke on dark background would be good right now. Unsplash. Unsplash, there we go. Smoke. One second. Maybe this one. There's a guy in the background. We don't need that. This one. Let's take this one here. I will just cut that part out. Place this in here. Make this a little bit smaller. Okay, and then I will just take this part here real quick. 1 second. Let's go like this. Have to rasterize this and then copy this over. Good. Can delete this. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm taking this, putting this over here like so. And then I'm putting this to mask to below. Like so. So you can see now we have this kind of cutout, but now the trick, we go here to blend ranges and then we are making the dark parts transparent. And so you can see that the smoke is becoming a mask. Boom, shakalaka. Just like that, you have a pretty cool mask here. And we can push this over here, and it's not 100% perfect, but you kind of see the effect that I'm going for. Where we have this kind of dream situation where you can see that she's kind of dreaming about that situation here right now. And of course, like ideally we would have the like situation for her a lot darker. Let's make this very dark here, like so. And then we bring this back a little bit by painting this in again. 1 second, let's reduce this. I'm doing a terrible job, but you know what I mean. Let's see, let's make this a little bit bigger here. Like so, and then reduce the hardness. Kind of feel like, let's merge visible here. No, that was the wrong thing to do. I just want to add one more thing. 1 second. Merge visible. Make this visible again. Then I'm making a rectangle that's completely black, like so. Putting this on top again. Setting it to lighten. And now I should be, that was wrong. Sorry, there we go. Lighten, there we go. Now I can push this down here. Maybe a little bit more, like so. Great. Pull this over here. Make this a little bit bigger. Yeah, you know what I mean, you know? And so it's kind of clear, okay, she's sleeping, she's dreaming about that kind of situation over here. You can do this a lot nicer, of course, but as a kind of little concept, it's kind of clear what's going on here, right? Duplicate this, set it to screen so this is a little bit brighter. There we go. Boom. So kind of as a composition idea, right? You can do more with that, of course. It's just like a quick idea on what to do with that. All right, maybe let's close this too. Go to no. Okay. Whew. What is the stream saying? Nothing. Okay, interesting. All right. So thank you very much, Marcus. I hope that feedback was helpful. Let's go for the next one. This is from whom? From Monica. Thank you, Monica. Wow. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Let's decipher what that is. This is recurring dream nightmare that I have that is the result of an actual event in my life. Oh my God. Okay. So we have a car accident, lots of glass flying around. It's super hard to select things that are transparent, as you can see here, and then still have them have the same original quality. A lot of that also comes from because you don't just select the how can I say, the quality of something not just comes from its transparency, but also from the visual effects, right? So for example, if you select water, water is bending the light. So if you have a water drop and you make it transparent by the selection, you still don't have the kind of bend that you get from the stuff below the water drop. And also with glass, it's sometimes like bending the things that you look through, that you see behind that, right? So that makes it very complicated to do these kind of things. I don't know why he is in a building right now. You can see we have this kind of whoa, no, sorry. Anyways, okay, let's open this up. There we go. So we have this kind of nice place here, and the car is somehow driving inside of that for some reason. Oh, we have some smoke here. There is our flying guy here and the car. And you change the perspective of the car. Interesting. I'm kind of interested why you didn't use a car that's angled at him as a picture, right? Instead, you kind of bended it to the side a little bit, and then you have, like, also the question is, where is all this glass coming from? Because it's not coming from the car, I guess. And it's a ton of glass. It's very much glass, right? So some things you could do here is like make the composition a little bit clearer, and then also, like, from the perspective, use a car that is going like perspectively correct. I have actually made a video about that. And then also going into the right direction, and maybe use less glass because there's a ton of stuff going on that's kind of a little bit too much. So maybe try to find photos of individual glass shards or less glass, where you can cut out the individual shards and then place them in the way you want them to be. And what you could also do is make a copy of that guy here, and then make a motion blur, and put the motion blur behind the guy, and maybe pull it over a little bit to the side. So that way you have the guy sharp in the picture, but at the same time have a little bit of motion blur to one side. So it's indicating in what direction he is flying. And also you see that kind of motion that he's going through, right? Because right here we can see the direction he's going towards, right? Although the hair is going into a different direction. But anyways, we can see that he's going to the left side. But a little bit of blur, a little bit of motion blur would be good to make it like not frozen in time, right? So all of that could be helpful. And then again, we have this kind of situation with the light. Always think about the light, because it's really important for guiding the eye. And so you can see, like, there's a bright window, then there's a bright shirt, then we have these bright shards, then we have the bright window from the car, then we have a bright reflection on the hood of the car. There are too many bright points in too many areas of the picture. So if you would reduce a lot of that and use less shards, for example, and guide the eye a little bit better with the brightness of the picture, and also how you connect that, right? So for example, if you have, let's copy this over real quick. If you don't have all of that stuff here, I will cut out one of the shards real quick just to show you. So let me make a real quick selection here. It's not gonna look good. It's just like for showing what I mean. Oh, this is, again, we have to rasterize this. Sorry, 1 second. Why can't I rasterize this right now? Oh, because I'm not looking at the right thing here. Okay, good. So we have this now. And now I'm simply going to give me a brush real quick, and then let me make everything here a little bit darker. I know it looks really terrible. This is just like to show you what I mean. So don't think about how it looks right now. Just think about the kind of stuff that I try to explain here, right? So now we have this shard here. Make it like this. Okay, and so if I place these now in a way where they kind of fly away with him, stuff like that, you know? So this looks really terrible right now. But I hope you know what I mean with that, right? Wow, okay, this is really not good. Anyways. Whoa, come on. There we go. Okay. Let's maybe pull all of them together. Rasterize that. Duplicate that. Give me some motion blur. So I can also show you the effect. Let's go like this. Apply, then I pull it back, and then I move this over. You can see, so now I have one layer in the front and another layer in the back, which has the motion blur, and I just move this over a little bit so it goes to the starting point. And so you can see that these shards are flying to the side. We can maybe, yeah, let's go like this, doesn't matter. There we go. Let's just go like this. And you can see now that you have a much better relation between the guy and these shards and the car, and there's like a lot less stuff going on. Let's duplicate this. There we go. You see, like if there's less going on and you have a better relation between the elements, then you have a better connection also between everything, right? Although I know this looks bad, but still, you know what I mean. You can do the same with this guy and stuff like that, just to build up the story and control a little bit the light situation, maybe also make the car a little bit darker, so all this kind of stuff, right? But it's clearer now that you can see that there is a guy, there's some shards, there's a car, compared to before where there is just a ton of stuff going on. And it's kind of unclear. It's like too much from all these kind of brightness things. Of course, mine looks a lot worse because it's like done very shitty. But just from the guidance of what is going on in the picture, of guiding the eye, this is what I wanted to point out, right? Okay, cool. Close this. So thank you very much, Monica. Pretty cool. Let's have a look here. Still here, just listening intensely. Okay, that's good. All right. What else do we have here? So this is the next one from Peter. Let's have a look at the text. What does he say? Broken Dream. This is a photo of my own that I edited. I unfortunately did not manage to create a wonderful sky. I had to do that in Lumina AI. Everything else in Affinity Photo. The broken branch was highlighted and the green and the right side also, just to show that there is always hope. Interesting. Okay, several filters, masks, brushes. After added oils. Okay, all is sunset, moody, warm. Really? But there's no sunset. Interesting, but still, it's interesting. Okay, Broken Dream. So the Broken Dream is the branch here, or is what is the Broken Dream here? I suppose that is what it is, right? I like the way you made this sign here with the text inside. That looks pretty cool. So that's really interesting. So again, it's the same kind of problem. Like the question is, what exactly are we supposed to look at this kind of situation, and what is the story that's happening here, right? Because there's, of course, there's a part of the a part of the tree has broken down. But so I guess this is the this is the broken dream. But the dream of whom, right? Of the tree. Because the tree is still there, it's just one branch has broken off. So Yeah. So this, to make the story a little bit clearer of what is going on. So for example, if there would be like a nest of a bird and it was on this tree, and then the branch was breaking down, and so the nest was also falling down, turned down to the ground, then you understand the broken dream, right? So there has to be a little bit of a story. Or maybe there's a nice car and then the branch was falling onto the car, so you have kind of a connection, you have kind of an understanding of what kind of dream was it and how was this dream broken, right? To get that connection together. And then also try to either make the elements very visible in the picture, again with the composition, with the light, with the colors, or make the elements very big in the picture, which also is something you can do. And a good trick here is, for example, if you take the picture or if you make the composition, to just bring the element that's more important closer to the camera, put it in the middle to make it more important. So you can guide the eye basically by making things either rather big in the picture, so they take a lot of attention, or make them pretty bright, or put them into in front of the brightest thing in the picture, right? So these are like classic ways to show the importance of something and guide the eye towards that, right? And as I always say, a good way to do that is to look at classic paintings, because there you always find these elements, right? Just like, I don't know, look for any kind of painter you like. Let's go for Rubens here, maybe, for example. I hope there's not gonna be some naked, of course there's some naked picture here. But let's find, okay, is there any scene we can look at where that's less naked, maybe? I mean, he has a lot of stuff going on in the picture too. Any other ideas of painters we can look at? Wait a second. Baroque portrait. Let's go down here. Caravaggio. Let's look at Caravaggio, maybe. Can have a look at this. Something that's like, I can also maybe, no, there's no story here, and I don't want anything that's, okay, this is probably good. Okay, good. So we have here some nice examples to look at. Can we just have the big picture? That would be good. Yes, there we go. And maybe also this one. Okay, my phone is active again, sorry. All right. Let's close all this stuff. Good. So when you look at classic pictures, and the good thing here, of course, because they painted it, they can do with the composition as they want, but you can do the same thing with your composition in a digital software, right? So you can see here in this picture and also in the other picture that this is actually the same subject, the same topic that this is about. And so you can see that all of the important parts, all of the important elements of the pictures are bright, and the rest is kind of dark, right? And then also you have this kind of composition where the darker parts are highlighted by a dark background. Sorry, no, the more important parts are highlighted by a dark background, in this case, to give more contrast, right? So you can see, for example, in this case, we have his head back here. And so with the head and the clothing, you can see what kind of position he is in the church, right? So this gives us a story, but of course, this isn't that super important. So this head is in the background a little bit, but you can still see it, and it's against a dark background, so it stands out, right? Then you have him, and as you can see here, when you look at his body, all with this kind of motion that's going on, and you have again this kind of contrast with the shadow here, so the arm is sticking out really clearly, because if you wouldn't have that shadow, the arm and the upper body would have the exact same color, so you would hardly see it. But with the shadow, it's very easy to see that. And you have also here this very dark outline. Again, here is a very harsh shadow here along the line, so you can follow the arm. And, oops, sorry. The arm is flowing towards his writing action, and then towards the paper, and then towards the skull that is laying over here. Again, against a very dark background. And of course, as you can see here, we have a shadow here that is very dark, especially on the outlines of the skull, so you can see the skull even better, right? So there's a lot of these kind of elements going on that I was talking about. And here, if we look at the other picture, you have the same element that is going on. And here we have an additional effect where you can see that the dark part of his clothing is contrasted by a bright background. The reason for that is so you can see where the clothing is ending, and this gives you more readability to see the outline and the shape of the body, right? So that's very important. Again, also you can see here, we have the arm is beige, we have the book also beige. So if you wouldn't have a shadow here, there would not be much difference between the arm and the book, and it was kind of hard to see. So you have this very dark shadow here, and so you can easily follow the arm over here to the writing motion, and then also to the skull over here. And the skull again is in front of a dark background, so you can easily understand what is going on. Also the book is again in the front. Here it's very dark, in the back it's very dark, so you can see the surface of the book very easily and understand that this is actually a book. So yeah, you have all these kind of elements in here, and guiding the eye and just giving attention to the important parts of the image and not to the rest of the image. So this is always a good way to go that way, right? Always answer my questions. I did? I don't remember. Okay. Yeah. So if you think about that, you can think about how could I implement that here, right? So how can I make certain parts darker? And like you've seen in the painting, you can do this artificially, right? Just make some parts darker, some parts brighter. You can, for example, maybe what you could do is if you have maybe an actual sunset situation where you have a little bit of an orange sky here, and then there is some light falling maybe up here from these clouds down here onto that broken area of the tree, and then the rest is rather dark here, so the light is shining here, maybe also giving a highlight here along the broken branch. And then so you have a really strong focus on that. Maybe, maybe crop into that so the focus is more on just this part here and not all of the rest here, which doesn't really give you the story of the picture, right? Because the story, that the broken part here is actually very small in the picture, right? So come a little bit closer, control the light a little bit more, and then you really get this kind of that this is about the broken part, right? And still maybe add something that explains whom's dream it is that is broken in that situation. Okay, let's go on to the next one. How many more do we have, by the way? Oh, okay, not too many. Okay, so we are good from the time. What time is it? 2 hours. So I have to speed up a little bit because I don't want this stream to be super long. Okay, so here we have from Niels a work. Okay, let's have a look here. What is going on? Dream Phase 1. XF1Q4 150 MP. Yes. I'm not sure what that means. Is that a camera? Phase 1? What does that mean? Oh, that is a camera. Did you buy a medium format camera? Wow, these are super expensive. Okay. Oh, it's the camera in the picture. It's the camera down here. Okay, cool. Is this the source picture? I don't think it is. Right, so this is basically your sketch that you have. Oh, these are the elements that you're using. Oh yes, okay, so they are jumping into a different position here. So it's nice how you stretched out the background as a ground here, and then put the cameras on top of that, and had these different kind of elements here. Again, they are kind of randomly positioned. It's a little bit the same problem as with the very first picture here, where they are just on some positions, but not for kind of a specific reason that connects them together, right? So what I really like is the ship in the background with the fog in the foreground, so it's kind of mysterious coming out of this kind of fog situation and fitting together with the with the weather that you have in the sky, very cloudy, a little bit stormy. And then you have this tree here with the birds, and it's kind of course, I understand that the bird is flying towards the tree, but why is there suddenly, like on this like checkerboard tiled floor, suddenly a tree with a bird, and then in the background you have a ship? It's like, what exactly is going on here, right? Maybe it would be maybe have been better to use some different elements, or maybe a different tree, because this is more like I would expect this maybe in France or Italy, like in a nice garden, because this looks more like a decoration tree that you would plant in your garden. Maybe a palm tree would have been better with this kind of ship in the background, so it's kind of a lost island, and then you have these cameras in front. Also because you have this kind of vegetation here in front. So right now it looks very surrealistic, which of course as a dream situation is maybe a good idea. But the connection is a little bit strange. I'm not exactly sure what is going on here. At the same time, like I said, if it's just a crazy dream, then why not, right? I also like this little detail that down here you have the same picture again, but on the screen of the camera. The camera is pointing a little bit into a different direction, so maybe it would be a good idea to point it a little bit upwards, and then maybe have something lying below it. Maybe a banana or something, right? Where the camera is just lying on it, angled, pointing towards the sky. And so you give it a chance to actually capture this scene here, right? Okay, pretty cool. Very interesting. I also like that you put a little bit of fog over here to connect everything together. So that's pretty nice. I like it from the editing, from the elements. I'm a little bit confused what that is, but the editing is really cool from the colors and bringing everything together. So thank you very much for that. All right, let's go on to the next one. Sorry. Let's scroll down here. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. There's another one. Again, I can already see it from the small picture that the elements are just like flying around here. There's again very much going on. I like the colors and I like the edits. Like all the elements are like color-wise from the atmosphere, from the ambient light fitting together really well. I also like this little effect that you have created here. This is from Russell, by the way, that there is a little bit of a falling motion because you see a little bit of a copy of the leg here again. So you can see that she's kind of falling down. At least I kind of imagine that. Dream composite just in time. And yeah, then you have again these kind of elements that are just like positioned on the outside. It's like you just like you clean up your room and you just like put them somewhere where there is space to put them, right? So it would be good to have more kind of a dynamic between these elements. And because the thing is, if you put them like this, they are automatically more decoration elements that are put in the corners rather than telling a story and having a dynamic with each other, right? So this kind of rips them a little bit apart and makes everything very static. So maybe think about that. How could you connect that? What is the meaning? What is the element? Why they are in the picture, right? And by the way, this is also an interesting element to think about when you edit things. If you feel like they don't make sense or you can't explain why they are there, maybe that is a good reason to leave them out and reduce the work to work with less elements, but at the same time make it a better picture because every element has more purpose in the picture, right? Because there is like you can have too many things in a picture and then like take away from the overall scene, right? So you end up with actually less things to look at. Like if you think about what we have seen before with the painting that I showed you from Caravaggio, you basically just have a guy who is writing on a paper and a skull, right? So the elements are very reduced to tell the story of this very important moment with very, very little elements, but they are connected in a way where you get the picture of what is going on, right? Even if you don't understand the story and don't know about what is actually going on from the, how can I say, the religious story, you still know that there is a guy who's writing down some important stuff, which is probably about life and death because of the skull. So a memento mori about, like, think about the importance of life and what you do with your life, right? So you kind of get this kind of connection between the elements, right? So yeah, what I like though very much here is that you have these how can I say, colorful, either like silky fabric, or it's also fog that's going through the air, and they are connecting visually. You see, like this is going up here and this is going over here, connecting it with this kind of ghostly, spooky main character in the middle. So that's pretty nice. It's a very nice touch to visually connect all the elements, right? Pretty cool. Okay. Thank you very much, Russell. Pretty cool edit. I'm a little bit confused on what is going on, but it's still pretty awesome. Let's go to the next one. We have 3 more to go through. Let's do that. All right. From Wolfgang, he says, I don't like Monday. I don't like jellyfish. They are not a dream. Although they are a beautiful specimen and they have been around over 600 million years. But some of them are among the deadliest animals in the world. What are we talking about right now? Anyone who has ever come in contact with their nettle threads is a nightmare. Okay, I understand the story, but then we come from the sting of jellyfish to a football guy running away from a train and a spooky head coming out from behind a curtain. And we have also a lady in the middle. I'm not sure what is going on right now. Okay, I mean, like the guys running away from the jellyfish floating in the train station. So that much on the left side of the picture, that is kind of, I understand that. But what is the part on the right side with the scary skull and the lady? Is she like the jellyfish queen or something? I don't know. So again, like think about the elements of the, like, no, sorry. Think about what is the story you want to tell, what kind of elements you need, and you absolutely need in the story. Like, what are the main characters? And then think about how can you put the characters into a nice composition that explains what is going on, right? So this is a very easy and very how can I say, streamlined way to get to a good composition where you don't have too many elements. You see, there's kind of the same problems coming again and again. Like there's too much going on in the picture and everything has the same color in this case, and everything, like the brightness is also not spread out in a way where you can follow it with the eye. So reduce it, take out all of the elements you don't need. I would say you don't need the curtain and the skull and the lady. Just go with the guys running away from the jellyfish. Maybe keep the train station. Maybe that's an interesting element if they are floating in the sky as a nightmare situation. That could be really interesting. But then just take out the other elements, right? Yeah, interesting. Thank you very much. All right, there we go. Let's go to the next one. There we have a cloud. This is by Damien. Oh, okay. Again, like you can see, the same things are repeating. So we have this lady here lying on the cloud, and then we have these planets in the sky. Let's see at the pictures. And we also have galaxies or nebulas here and some smoke going on, which well, there's a little bit of that in the sky here, so that's true. But again, like, the elements are spread out in a way where you don't really see the connection, and the main character is very small and off to the side, and in a way where this is not the brightest element of the picture, right? So she's kind of camouflaged actually in the cloud, so you have to really look to see her in the picture. So like, again, think about what is the story. So she's dreaming about these planets probably, so make her big and then bring her in relation to the planets, right? And then think about how can you work with the brightness to make her the brightest part, but at the same time have her in high contrast with that, right? So maybe make like zoom into that kind of area here and bring more like brightness to her and less brightness to the rest of the cloud. Like if you, for example, use the left side of the cloud here and put her into this part where just the upper part of the cloud is bright and the lower part is dark, and then position some of the planets on top of her into the sky, you can focus a lot more on her, right? And less on the rest of the picture, right? Because there's just too much going on. And for some reason also you have positioned most of the planets either on the edge of the picture, like they are kind of flying away to the outside. They are sucked out of the picture, which is happening when you put elements too close to the edge. They are getting sucked visually out of the picture by just the closeness to the edge. This is why you always try to either distinctly overlap something with the edge or keep it away from the edge, but not bring it kind of in contact, but then not really in contact, right? Like here, where you just have a little bit of the planet missing, and over here where it's very close to the edge, but it's not really like it's getting sucked towards the edge, as you can see. And then also you have this other planet here hiding behind the cloud. So why are they so like spreading away if they are the main part of the story? You know what I mean? So think about that. Okay, let's go to the last one here. Some audio effects happening. Was this a donation? Oh, there we go. Thank you very much, Madi, for the donation. Very much appreciated. Thank you for that. I declare war on the 4 people that have, for some reason, disliked the stream. There's always some strange people who don't like the content. That's okay. But thank you very much for pointing that out. Yeah. All right, let's have a talk at the last picture here. Oh, this is trying to combat the green color cast by Cord. But is this part of the challenge? Because I mean, it's a really nice adjustment of the picture. I really like that. Like you really very much improved the picture. And also the cropping is very nice that you did here to make her more the center part of that. Very nice work with the color of the dress and with the color of the eyes. So everything's good. I also like the color of the vegetation in the background, right? It's not as green anymore, but you can see this is kind of this yellow green that just doesn't look good. So you really changed this into a very nice, more of a beige tone, but I feel like it fits, especially in contrast with her red dress. And then you have some nice green here on the stems of the plant, of the flowers. So that's nice. I feel like everything is pretty good here, right? It's pretty awesome. All right, I don't think this is part of the exercise. It's not part of the dream challenge. So that was basically it. Thank you very much. I hope that was useful. Let's switch over here to the talk view a little bit. Oh my God, my eyes. You see, right now here we have, what is it? Oh God, it's almost 3:30. Oh, so this is really in the middle of the night here for me. Sorry. You can see how tired I am right now. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching. It was really amazing again. I hope you liked the stream, and yeah, see you in my next tutorial already on Tuesday. And yeah, I'm also like looking forward to see you in the next stream and in the next challenge. And if you haven't joined my Facebook group, please do so. I will post a link to the group real quick in the chat room before you go. So if you want to join there, please do so. There you go. What is that? Anytime? Oh yeah, thank you very much, Madi. That's really awesome. Thank you very much. That's really cool. Cord says, sorry, I missed the mark of the assignment. Oh, that's okay. Don't worry about that. That's okay. What is the topic for the next week? I don't know. I always figure it out when I post it. I just try to come up. But I think this kind of composition topic is really cool. So maybe next week we also do a topic for a composition, and you can play around with these elements. Yeah. All right. I think that's it for today. Thank you everybody for joining me in the stream, and see you soon. And I really need to sleep. You can see my eyes like really very small. Okay. Thank you very much, and have a good night or a good day. Bye.